Ananias Mathe. Just his name gives South Africans chills. He's like a ghost from the past. Born in Mozambique, his early life is a total mystery. We don't know much about his childhood, but there are whispers of tough times. Some say he had a hard life, growing up in rural Mozambique. Maybe there wasn't enough food, or maybe there weren't enough jobs. Did this make him become a criminal? Or was he always meant to be bad? Whatever the reason, Ananias Mathe left Mozambique and came to South Africa. Nobody knew it then, but a big problem was about to start. This wasn't just some guy. This was a dangerous man, and everyone was about to find out. The year was 2000. Things were quiet, too quiet. It was like the calm before a storm. Ananias Mathe started causing trouble, but quietly at first. Small crimes, things that people barely noticed. He was learning how things worked in South Africa, but soon those small crimes turned into big, scary ones. He went from breaking into houses to robbing people with guns. His crimes became carefully planned, like he knew exactly what he was doing. People he robbed said he was cold and scary. Everyone was terrified. How could he do so many bad things and not get caught? Who was this guy? Where did he come from? Nobody knew the answers. He was like a ghost, always one step ahead of the police, leaving fear everywhere he went. Pretoria Central Prison, also called CMAX. It's a super strong prison built to hold the worst criminals in South Africa. Everyone thought it was impossible to escape from. Then Ananias Mathe arrived, November 18th, 2006. This is a very important day in South African history. It's the day Ananias Mathe did the impossible. He escaped from CMAX. People still talk about how he did it. Some say he was super strong and bent the metal bars with his hands. Others say he tricked the guards and found a secret way out. However he did it, one thing is for sure. Ananias Mathe did what everyone thought was impossible. He escaped from CMAX. Everyone heard about Mathe's escape. People were scared and couldn't believe it. They called him the Houdini of CMAX because he was so good at escaping. He became famous, but in a bad way. The police tried to find him. They looked everywhere, but Mathe was like a ghost. He disappeared. His escape made the South African police look bad. It showed that even the strongest prisons weren't perfect. It showed that if someone really wants to escape, they can. Weeks turned into months. The police kept looking for Ananias Mathe, but even ghosts leave clues. Finally, they caught him. December 4th, 2006. There was a fast car chase through Johannesburg. Cars screeched and guns went off. When it was over, Ananias Mathe was hurt and captured. His time causing trouble was over. He was taken to jail, covered in bullet wounds. Everyone in South Africa was relieved. The bad dream was finally over. In 2009, Ananias Mathe went to court. The room was quiet as the judge listed all the bad things he did. 54 years. That's how long he had to stay in prison. He was sent to Ebongweni CMAX, a special prison for the most dangerous criminals. Prison was very different from being free. He was stuck in a small room with cold, hard walls. But even in prison, people talked about Ananias Mathe. They told stories about his escapes. He was a legend, a symbol of fighting against authority. 2013. 4 years into his sentence, Ananias Mathe still wanted to be free. He didn't give up. He tried to escape again. This time, he only had a hammer and a chisel. He tried to break out of his cell by chipping away at the walls. Can you believe it? He kept hitting the concrete and steel day after day. He didn't escape, but everyone was shocked that he tried. It showed that Ananias Mathe was not a normal criminal. He was always trying to escape, even from the strongest prison. After that, Ananias Mathe's health got worse and worse. The man who used to scare everyone was now weak and sick. All the bad things he did and all his attempts to escape made him tired and sick. December 27th, 2016, Ananias Mathe died in a hospital. The Houdini of CMAX, the man who escaped so many times, was finally gone. Even though he was a criminal, people were still fascinated by him. He was a criminal mastermind, an escape artist, and a symbol of how even the best systems can have problems. Ananias Mathe's story is a scary reminder that people can be good and bad. Maybe he became a criminal because of his hard life, but he also really wanted to be free no matter what. His escapes showed that South African prisons weren't as strong as everyone thought. They had to make the prisons stronger and train the guards better. More importantly, his story made people think about how we punish criminals. Is it enough to just lock them up? Or should we try to help them change and fix the problems that make people become criminals in the first place? Ananias Mathe is gone, but his story reminds us of how hard it is to deal with crime.